This is a video which I've wanted to make for so long, but I've never quite known how I want to do this. Now, I could take the stance like the Smarkbusters did with the 50 Reasons Why Michael Cole Sucks and just hilariously mock him for literally 25 minutes. I could do a video where I write a full script about all these different things Michael Cole's done wrong and expose him for it. I could just rant on him. I could just be all negative and hateful towards him, but look, the angle I'm taking in this video is just a discussion about how this guy, Michael Cole, I don't want to be too aggro, but literally this guy in pro wrestling history, WWE are going to look back on Michael Cole as the voice of pro wrestling. Michael Cole is going to be looked back upon over JR as the voice of pro wrestling. That just makes me sick to my stomach to think that this clown, this absolute buffoon, this imbecile is going to be looked back upon by WWE as the greatest voice of all time. And it makes it worse because he's just so bad at his job. It's not like he's all right and JR is really good and they put Michael Cole over JR. No, Michael Cole is terrible at commentary. Nothing Michael Cole does, I think, he's doing a really good job with his commentary. Just take your pick with examples. When you think of Michael Cole at the moment, what do you think of? I think of Roman Reigns' music hitting and Michael Cole shouting, "Oh, the big dog!" every time. He says that every time. Or Sasha Banks comes out, "The boss." Like, these things he does. And over the years, all these different mannerisms they build up. Like when Daniel Bryan won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30. And he was screaming, "Oh, the Miracle Kid, Miracle on Bourbon Street. The miracle has come true." Like, Michael Cole nearly ruined that moment with his crap house commentary. Okay, this clown, this guy who, for so many years, he's been around. Literally, Michael Cole has been, in your living room. You've been hearing Michael Cole, unless you've had the show muted, which I don't blame you if you do. You've been listening to Michael Cole, if you've been watching for years and years, since what, 1998? Since he was the squeaky voice Michael Cole? Which I'm not even going to try and impersonate. I can't do a squeaky voice Cole. But when, Undertaker hung Big Boss Man at WrestleMania 15, and Michael Cole was shouting, "It's a white noose. Is it symbolic, King? Is it symbolic he's hanging the corporation?" Like, ever since that, like, Big Boss Man was being hung. Literally, in pro wrestling, a man is being hung in the ring. Can you comprehend how serious and awful that is? And Michael Cole shouting, "It's a white noose. Is it symbolic, King? Are you for real?" And that's just one of so many examples. Like, you see comments about Michael Cole saying, recalling the time when Michael Cole called Stephanie McMahon Triple H's husband. You all know what's wrong with that. Like, hello? And then Michael Cole, it's literally a take your pick with moments. It's either embarrassing lines on commentary, or it's just every week how he commentates. It's the not knowing any moves. Okay, this guy knows the basic pro wrestling moves. And if not, he knows the Irish Curse Backbreaker. When Sheamus does the Irish Curse Backbreaker, he knows cross-body lateral press. He'll say that every time. Cross-body lateral press. He's got him. Oh! He'll do that, the groin like, oh! When it's a kick out. Like, he's insufferable. He makes a show which WWE, the product I've talked about in many videos now. Ever since 2001, this has been a downward spiral. It's barely had any peaks up since. It's been a downward spiral, and the voice of Michael Cole is what I associate with all of this. Michael Cole is the one who, his job as a commentator, he's the play-by-play, he's the lead commentator. His job is to enhance the show, make the storylines feel important, add meaning to these things, incorporate moves and action with the story to give an enhanced product. And boy, he does an awful job at that. Like, I can't believe how bad Michael Cole is at his job. And this is your lead commentator. For Christ's sake, on SmackDown, a show which in itself it just sucks. There's no other way of putting it. SmackDown is like unwatchable. I've stopped reviewing it. It's that bad. Okay, I've got good tolerance for bad pro wrestling, but I can't do SmackDown anymore. Well, on SmackDown, the great voices we get to hear is Michael Cole doing 75% of the talking, and then Corey Graves, the clown, piping in every now and then with bits of insight of his own. Okay, and then go back a few years when our legendary commentary booth was Michael Cole, JBL, and Jerry Lawler. The only good thing about that booth, well, it was you could make fun of them easily because they were the Stooges, but having JBL with Michael Cole, JBL, because he's a bully, makes any commentary team he's on funny. Now, granted, when JBL was with Mauro Ranallo, it was a bit like, watch it, JBL, he has serious, mental health conditions with Mauro, but with Michael Cole, watching JBL and listening to JBL bully Michael Cole is the funniest thing. Like, for example, we all know about Maggle. Like, instead of Michael, he calls him Maggle. So we get to hear, I love it, Maggle! I love it, Maggle! Like, literally every time they're together. And for example, I just thought of this example off the top of my head. One thing, Royal Rumble 2013. So CM Punk versus The Rock, the main event. Heel champion Punk, the Shield's all involved, taking on the babyface Rock. The ending to the match, literally, so the lights go out, the Shield beat up The Rock, it's so obvious it's the Shield, and Michael Cole is screaming for 5 straight minutes, it was the Shield! It was the Shield! It was the Shield! It was the Shield! He's just screaming this. And is it asked for? Of course not. Do we need to hear Michael Cole screaming? And then the only good part of that was JBL shouting, "Shut it, you stooge!" Because, Cole's a stooge. He's a corporate puppet. You just know Michael Cole backstage, he's just, him and Vince McMahon get on so well. Cole, he's, renowned by the WWE higher-ups in the suits as the great voice of the company when he's anything but. He makes these shows insufferable to watch when he's on. And granted, it's the WWE. They have so many announcers, commentators employed, but none of them are overly good. So, as a result, we've had Michael Cole on TV every week for 22, 23 years? He's been around so long. Like, Michael Cole and Taz was alright. But then Michael Cole and JBL in, 2006 and 7, that was, wasn't great. Then you had Michael Cole with Matt Striker and, who was in the, King, Striker, and Michael Cole as a commentary team. That sucked. Michael Cole with Booker T was just whatever. Cole and Lawler, I'm just going to go into that. So Michael Cole, Jerry Lawler, when Michael Cole was a heel, and we had to deal with the coal miner, and Cole was clapping for the Maz, that was insufferable. When Michael Cole was a big Miz mark, and he was, hating on Bryan, and that was the main storyline. When Michael Cole was a prominent part of WWA TV. That leads me into another instance of Michael Cole. How he mispronounces words and names. Why is it? It's Big E. It's not Big A. Okay? It's not Batista. Oh, sorry. It's Batista, not Batista. When you're in Philadelphia, you're not in Philadelphia. I hate how he says Philadelphia. Philadelphia. No one says it like that. And even the last video with the pulverizing thing. Because of Michael Cole saying this for 15 years, I genuinely thought it was pulverizing, Pulversing, or Zing. But apparently, it's not even that. It's polar, Polrizing, okay? Michael Cole, instead of saying polarizing, says pulverizing, the most pulverizing superstar in the WWA. It's WWE, Michael. WWE. It's not the WW Universe, or the WW Universe, or WW. It's WWE. You can't even say the name of your own company, okay? He does so much wrong. And forgive me for getting a little bit, frustrated with this, because this is what we listen to week after week after week for 20 plus years of Michael Cole. This guy's been around forever. When can you recall a time that Cole hasn't been on TV? Outside of the week or two after WrestleMania 31 when Brock F5'd him, which was hilarious, when Michael Cole's shoe flew off and Brock assaulted Michael Cole, one of the best segments in Raw history, but literally, this guy, he won't go away. And as I said at the beginning of the video, in 20 years' time, when this guy goes in the WWE Hall of Fame, when he's 75, when he goes in the Hall of Fame, and he's been commentating for literally 40 years, everyone's going to look back upon this guy as the greatest commentator in the history of wrestling. This guy, Michael Cole, will be the voice of pro wrestling. And knowing WWE, they'll have Michael Cole as the voice, and then Corey Graves will be the second to the heir to the throne. And those two will be the star duo. And they'll reminisce on how Michael Cole made all the matches he called better, and how Michael Cole's play-by-play enhanced everything. When in reality, Michael Cole not knowing the names of any of the moves, Michael Cole mispronouncing people's names, like how he says some of the most of the cities, the WWE visits where Cole commentates, he botches the name of the city. Main example, Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Batista, Big A, Swagger, WWA. Like, what is this? Cena, John Cena, Cena. Like, Michael, can you are the lead voice. Say the names of places and the superstars properly. Say the name of the company properly. Know some moves. Because when something was happening in the ring, JR, Taz, all these guys who now work in AEW, funnily enough, those guys can actually do, competent, compelling calls of the moves where you think, okay, that guy knows exactly what he's doing. Michael Cole, half the time, doesn't sound like he has a clue what he's doing when he's calling the matches. He rambles about nothing. And don't get me started on his obsession with dog food in this Roman Reigns King Corbin storyline. That I watched back that thing. Like, I didn't review the SmackDown show, but I watched back that the match, or not the match, the post match, and then I heard about this. Michael Cole and Corey Graves, mainly Cole, in the 12 minutes of that 12-minute time period, said dog food 25 times. What? And also, another thing with Michael Cole, I know this is his job, I know this is more so the company, but how much he plugs, like in the previous years, Twitter. Like, I don't care what hashtag you want me to tweet along by using, okay? Michael, we stop. I don't want to hear about WWE Network shows 7 times in the middle of a match, okay? I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about, as I said, what Twitter handle to use. I don't want to hear about Roman Reigns in the middle of every match. I don't want to hear about Cena, this is a few years back, but Cena in the middle of every match. I don't need to hear about King Corbin in the middle of every match, okay? Call the action, focus on the storylines, do your job properly, okay? And to think that when people are being hired by the WWA to get their job as far as like an announcer or a commentator, Michael Cole is he's the lead, he's the one you have to go by. Even though pretty much everyone who they bring into the company is better at commentating than Michael Cole, which makes no sense to me. Like, for real. So that's the video. Michael Cole, an absolute clown, from calling Stephanie Triple H's husband to screaming it was the Shield, to, get him Bob, like, all these little instances, the Miracle Kid, like, all these things, Michael Cole, the mispronunciation of names, everything he's done over the years, he makes the show, like, this is the thing I'll close by saying this. Cena, over the years, whether you loved him or hate him, he's only one segment of the show, or 2, because opening segment, main event. You don't see Cena that much, but you hear Michael Cole throughout the whole 2 to 3 hours for Raw or SmackDown, and then for pay-per-views, a whole 5 hours for WrestleMania. You hear this guy so much, and he is so bad at his job. So that's the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and sub. Had a bit of fun ranting about Cole today. He's just so easy to target. He's so bad. He's insufferable. He makes shows that already are lifeless even more hard to watch by his nails on a chalkboard voice. So that's the video. Be sure to like, comment, and sub. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.